Good morning and welcome to Newswatch Today. I'm Savannah Steffen.
And I'm Michael Gibson.
Coming up, a girl was almost abducted from her bed.
And a Missouri girl was found safe in Mexico after an Amber Alert. Keep it right here.
Welcome to Newswatch Today. Veterans at Evangel University have a new reason to celebrate. Jared Long has the story.
With over 100 veterans attending Evangel, the Veteran Center is an integral part of Evangel University. Head of Veteran Affairs, Stormy Davis, talks about why Evangel decided to create the center this past summer.
The reason why Evangel wanted to do a Veteran Center was to, one, show that we are honoring our veterans, but two, to make sure that they have a safe place where they can go.
Last Tuesday, March 24th, Evangel named the new Veteran Center after Admiral Vern Clark. Clark graduated from Evangel in 1967 and served as the Chief of Naval Operations and on the Joint Chief of Staff from 2000 to 2005, making him the second longest serving CNO in history.
We decided to honor him and dedicate the Veteran Center so that way we could, basically pay homage to him and show not only Evangel but our greater community what we are wanting to do for our veterans and creating that safe place.
With speakers such as former U.S. Attorney General John Ashcroft and Dr. Brian Klaus, the president of AGTS, the dedication was a very dignified event. Captain Michael Beatty, who is part of the U.S. Army Reserves, gives his thought on the ceremony as a whole.
To be honest, it felt like I was back home. It felt like, because it was such a military presence there that it felt very dignified. Like this was on par with some of the more higher end military ceremonies that I've conducted or been a part of.
Well, that's all the information we have on the Veteran Center. For Newswatch Today, I'm Jared Long, signing out.
A Northwest Missouri family is searching for any clues they can get after their 8-year-old daughter, Jayla, says she was taken from her bed while she slept last week. The second grader says she was able to fight off her abductor by biting him, but not before he was able to carry her into a cornfield behind her house. Jayla's dad, Daniel, who was at home at the time listening to music in the living room, heard his daughter's screams outside the front door. The Nottoway County Sheriff's Department is investigating, but they say they don't have much to go on. Deputies took fingerprints along the window where Jayla claims the man entered the home, and investigators also collected a chair near the window and scheduled a forensic interview with Jayla to meet with specialists. After the police left, Daniel called family and friends to help look in the area. Daniel says they found Jayla's blanket along a tree line in a field and a bucket that had not been there before sitting in eyesight of Jayla's window. He says he can't even close his eyes now, at least he says, until they solve the terrifying mystery and find the man who did this.
A 13-year-old Missouri girl who was the subject of a nationwide Amber Alert Monday has been found safe. Police say Hannah Sue Kinnish was found with a 55-year-old man she reportedly met online. The man's name is Raymond Valia and was arrested and questioned by police. He is expected to face charges. Today, April 2nd, is World Autism Awareness Day. Every 1 in 68 Americans is diagnosed with autism, meaning you probably know somebody with it. Autism spectrum disorder is a condition with communication involving impairment of speech. Many communities are hosting various special events and activities related to autism. Contact your autism support group if you'd like to learn more. And now to get a check of the weather, we're going to bring in Brian. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, guys. Happy April.
Happy April.
Yeah, it's going to look like it's going to be a good month. But starting out today, unfortunately, our weather's a bit fair right now. It's very cloudy, and our humidity is at 90%. So with that high humidity, I'm expecting thunderstorms over the next couple of days. Right now, it's very fair, right around 60 degrees. We have a south wind of 14 miles an hour, and later today, we're going to see a chance of a thunderstorm, unfortunately. The humidity is going to stay very high, around 88%. We have a 60% chance of rain, and if we do hear thunder and see some lightning, then the rain chance is only going to increase.
What they say about April showers.
They bring May flowers. But unfortunately, there were showers in March, so March showers bring April storms, and then April storms bring May flowers, I guess.
I don't know, I'm just wanting sunshine.
Exactly.
Coming up, it's been 20 years since this singer was shot and killed by a fan.
And Robin Williams' family is trying to settle their dispute out of court. Keep it right here.
Okay.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are the #1 killer of children 1 through 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If you're pregnant or have young children and your home was built before 1978, you could be at risk. Learn how to protect your family. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, or just to find help, log on to leadfreekids.org.
Can you consent with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite. Unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. One book can be the first thing helps to change a life. Book people unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
You must be your fairy godmother?
It doesn't take a fairy godmother to tell you that the right fit means everything. Especially when it comes to car seats. Always choose one that's the right fit for your child's age and size.
Oh, that does make a difference.
Remember, their happily ever afters are in your hands. To find out more, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Welcome back to Newswatch Today. It's been 20 years since the death of Tejano music star Selena Quintanilla Perez. On March 31st, 1995, she was shot and killed by the president of her fan club, Yolanda Saldivar, who had been accused of embezzling money. Selena was just 23 years old when she died, but she left a legacy that is still alive and well in the city where she was born, Corpus Christi, Texas. Tuesday, hometown fans were determined to show that they had not forgotten the beloved singer. There was a moment of silence in her honor Tuesday afternoon, and fans gathered at her grave and her memorial to sing her songs and remember the joy she brought them. California wants Robin Williams' widow and his 3 grown children to resolve their dispute over the late comedian's estate before a June 1st hearing. According to trustees of Williams' estate, he wanted his home to go to his wife and certain belongings to go to his kids. The trustees say Susan Williams' petition to the court was premature and should be dismissed. Robin Williams committed suicide last August. He was 63. The Rolling Stones will be spending their 4th of July at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The legendary rockers will play the Speedway for their first Indiana concert in more than 2 decades. The Speedway says the band will play on the largest outdoor stage in state history. Ticket prices range from $77 all the way to nearly $1,000 for VIP experience. And now for an interview with Michael Gibson. Michael.
Thanks, Savannah. This morning I'm joined by Joshua David Smith, and he's the director of Annie Get Your Gun, as well as Lauren Drysdale, who plays the role of Annie Oakley. Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Bye.
So I was just explaining before in the commercial break that I didn't really know about Annie Oakley until a history class, and what a fascinating story. What a fascinating story. What a great, I can't wait to see it in play form.
Oh yeah, it's going to be something to see for sure. We put a lot of work into it, and this is what I tell everybody. Everybody is equally as passionate about it. Everybody wants this to be the best it can be. And well, the story is so rich in itself. It's not only a comedy, but it's a love story. And it's a story about finding yourself in the situations you're put in.
Yeah, and Annie Oakley, obviously a historical character. Mm-hmm. And so have you taken from the real Annie Oakley in the preparation for your character? Yeah,
the person that Annie Oakley was, she was so colorful. She had so many different aspects. She was someone who is really to be respected. She was setting records up until the year she died, and nothing could really keep her down. So I've tried to capture that Spitfire spirit she had, because she was so full of life. So I tried to capture that a little bit in my portrayal of the role.
Yeah. Without giving away too much, to walk us through the play, what are you what specific parts of your of her life are you highlighting? The whole life, or?
Well, this version of her story is highly fictionalized. They kind of base a musical off her when she first started to come to fame in the Wild West with Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, and they fictionalize it to where it's more of a stage appropriate love story. And so pretty much the length of the story of the stage production is her being found by Buffalo Bill, her getting involved in the show, and her falling in love with Frank Butler, who in fact she marries eventually. But
wow,
yeah, it's a little different spin than the actual story, but
wow.
But I think it holds a lot of the same integrity of who she was, because as you'll hopefully be able to see when you guys come to the musical, she just has such a forward way about her. She's kind of a person that everybody wants to be, because she knows what she wants and she goes for it. And I think all of us are a little hesitant at times to go for the things that we want, but she just does, and it's really neat to see that.
It's a great message there. And a musical you mentioned. What's
Yes.
that like? Not only do you have to memorize lines and acting, but you also song and dance. What's that like?
what is that like, Lauren?
Oh gee. Well, see, I've done a lot of musicals in my past, but I don't know. I think the great thing about musicals is because there's so many aspects to it, it's able to portray so many different, emotions because of that. So instead of just saying something very passionately, you can sing something, and it hits different. It's a different aspect of it. It hits a different heartstring, I guess I could say. And it's more difficult for sure, because you're not only trying to get the character down, but you have to get all the notes down, you have to get all the moves down. But it's so much fun, and I enjoy it so much. And Joshua is a great director, so.
Yeah, I've been working hard, losing your voice.
Oh yeah, well, it's that time of year.
I know, allergies are horrible. So what have been some of the challenges of bringing this stage performance to life?
Oh goodness. Well, I started this process my freshman year, so it's been 3 years. You have to get your cast together. You have to get the rights to do the show from the companies. You have to find your crew, your music director, your choreographer, and pretty much you have your hands in every element of the show, and you just kind of delegate everything and bring everyone together. Which it's easier said than done. We've had a lot of ups and downs over the last couple of years, but it's just kind of been a blessing to be able to be given this opportunity to do such a huge project as a student.
Yeah, 3 years in the making.
Yeah.
And this is it. And what's your class here?
I'm a senior.
Oh, you're a senior. Wow.
So this is my goodbye, project.
This is your their college work. And what's your class here?
I'm a sophomore.
Oh, you're a sophomore.
Yes, I am.
And you mentioned you've done many musicals, and how many have you done here at Evangel?
Well, we haven't had any musicals since I've been here personally, but all throughout high school I've done like 13 or so musicals.
Wow.
Not just in my high school years, but yeah, it's something I'm very passionate about. I absolutely love it, so.
Wow.
It's just a blessing to be able to do one here.
Yeah. So you talked a little bit about the process. What is the process of getting this whole thing on the stage? I mean, it feels like it takes so much work.
Yeah, because for a play, all that you have to do is just block the characters, work on character work. But for a musical, you have to have dance rehearsals and music rehearsals. And it's a struggle because some people are stronger dancers than others and stronger vocalists. So it's kind of just pushing everyone to the same level.
Wow.
Along with working on character work and stuff. So.
Yeah. And a lot of preparation.
Yeah. I knew I was taking on quite a feat when I decided to accept the role, but I was willing to put in the extra time, and I tried to get all my lines memorized, and I did, and all my songs, and now we're here, and we're so close to production. I've been telling a lot of people, we are so much further along than I've ever been at this point in any musical production I've ever done. We're already running through it with costumes and lights and mics and props, everything. Even the orchestra is there now. So we are very, very prepared and very ready to dazzle anyone who comes to see the musical.
That's right. It's taking the stage when and where?
On April 9th through 11th in the theater at Evangel.
Wow, so excited. Well, thank you so much for being here. And now to Brian for a look at what's coming up in weather. Brian?
Thanks so much, Michael. Once again, a quick reminder, an update in the current conditions. It is cloudy and rainy. The rain has started to fall, and our humidity is still at 90%, and it's at 62 degrees Fahrenheit. Coming up next, I'll have your full weather forecast, and we'll see what the weather will look like for Easter weekend. Keep it right here.
Jangan awal. This song was created with heartbeats of children in need. Find out how it can help frontline health workers bring hope to millions of children at everybeatmatters.org.
Welcome back to Newswatch, and now to Brian Abrecht for a full look at the weather forecast. Brian, how's the weather going to be this week?
Thanks so much, Savannah. Once again, as I said, we're having a bit of rain right now. As I just said a few minutes ago, we do have a bit of rain, and it has made its way towards us right now. So let's look at the current conditions. It's cloudy and it's rainy, so it's not looking very pleasant outside, unfortunately. South wind of 14 miles an hour, and the humidity is at 90%. And that high humidity is going to make for a few thunderstorms as we continue to move throughout today and throughout the week. Today, there is, once again, a chance of a thunderstorm, and it already has started raining outside, so prepare for that. There is a flash flood warning in effect for certain parts of southeast Missouri. So if you are in certain areas, you may get more than an inch of rain, so please prepare for that. Tonight we'll have showers. The rain is not going to stop. We'll have a low degree temperature of 53 degrees, our south wind of 7 to 10 miles an hour. We have up to 1 inch possible over just tonight, and our rain chance is around 80 or 90%, so it's very, very high. Prepare for the rain. And then tomorrow, the rain is just going to continue. It's not going to let up any time later tomorrow. We do have, again, an 80% chance of rain, and the wind will be a west wind of 11 to 21 miles per hour. So make sure you grab an umbrella or a raincoat as you head outside. Let's take a look at the almanac today. Because of the high humidity and the preparation of the thunderstorms, we're a bit above the average temperature. The average temperature is 63 degrees, and right now we're looking at 71. Record high is 89 and 20. That's fantastic. Right now the precipitation is only about 1/10 of an inch because, we've only been in April for a couple days, but that's going to increase and it'll be exponentially greater as we continue to move throughout the month. We have clear visibility of 10 miles though, and our sunset tonight will be at 7:36 p.m. Taking a look at the satellite, you can see here's the storm we're talking about right here, and that's what's making its way towards us. That, especially that red part, it's not going to make the brood of the storm is not going to make its way towards us. It'll be a bit north of us, but for the most part, we are going to get a lot of rain. A lot of rain is going to make its way towards us here in Greene County. So this is the storm that we're talking about, and it's moving down towards us. And then here you can take a look at the radar. This is the full brood of the storm. This is what we're talking about right here. And then this little area of clouds right here, as well as just all this rain, is what's going to make for such a cloudy and wet day. And then you can see the national lows. Not the national lows, excuse me, the fronts. And you can see there's a low pressure system, and that low pressure system is what's going to bring all those thunderstorms. And then that low pressure system is just going to cycle its way and move towards the East Coast, but it's going to linger for a few days here while we're in Missouri. Then for the national high temperatures, because again of that high humidity, we do have higher than average temperatures right around 60 and 70 degrees for our part of the United States. As well as most of the United States, it's a bit warmer than normal with Texas, California, and Florida getting those 80-degree temperatures, of course. And then for Saturday, let's take a look at the weekend. It is going to be sunny. I'm happy to report that we'll get some sun on Saturday, but unfortunately that sun is going to last for only Saturday. We're going to have a high of 60 degrees, but again, this sun is just going to remain with us on Saturday. And then let's take a look at the 6-day forecast, and we can see what weather we're in store for on Easter Sunday. Once again, we're going to have a lot of chances for thunderstorms the next couple days. Saturday, it'll be partly sunny. And then on Sunday, I am happy to report that it will be partly sunny, but after 1 o'clock, we do have a chance of more thunderstorms. And then on Monday and Tuesday, we're going to roll right back into those thunderstorms. So the temperature is going to drop a little bit, right around 50 and 60 on Friday and Saturday. The storms will clear out, but then another cycle of thunderstorms is going to roll right back in and bring up some high temperatures. So stay safe and have a great Easter weekend. That's all I have at Weather Watch. Back to you, Savannah.
Thanks, Brian. A new option from Facebook will allow you to tag and organize pictures of, for example, your child or pet, and then display the photos on one specialized page. The feature is called Scrapbooks, and it rolled out in the U.S. starting Tuesday. It will display all images of a given tag on one specialized photo page, which will feature a cover photo and profile picture. You can find the new feature under the Family and Relationships section of your Facebook profile.
Amazon wants to make ordering everyday necessities from its website as easy as clicking a button. Starting Tuesday, Amazon Prime members will have access to a free new shopping device called Dash. Dash is a small Wi-Fi button for different household items that you would hang in various locations throughout your house. When you're ready to buy an item like detergent, you would just click the Dash button and the product order goes straight to your Amazon shopping cart. Several brand name products already have their own Dash buttons, including Bounty paper towels, Clorox disinfecting wipes, Gatorade, and Kraft macaroni and cheese. Non-Prime subscribers will be eventually able to sign up for the service as well, but no word yet on exactly how much it'll cost.
Coming up, Brian Abrecht pulls double duty and has your update in March Madness and all your other sports news.
We'll be right back.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally. I did. Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that strollers have the right of way on the sidewalk?
Yes.
Yep, I did. Did you guys
Did you know that kids who eat breakfast have higher GPAs?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's actually what I was going to say.
Did you know babies should never touch silver? It's really bad for them.
I knew that.
Did you guys know that statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
I'm putting that on my blog.
I just put it in mine.
Jack Frost, you do have beautiful teeth.
My what?
Are they really as white as they say? Yes. Oh, they really do sparkle like freshly fallen snow. This is an excellent example of what teeth should look like. Check out the iridescence of that incisor, the beauty of that bicuspid, the magnificence of those molars. And the best way to achieve such terrific teeth is brushing. 2 minutes, twice a day. Not 30 seconds, not a minute 45. 2 minutes. That's all it takes. They're beautiful.
And now to Brian Abrecht, filling in for Whitley Mum with the latest in sports news. Brian?
Thanks, Savannah. It's an honor to be filling in for Whitley while she's away. Only 4 teams remain in the quest for the NCAA National Championship. Last week, Kentucky edged out Notre Dame at the last second last week, leaving their perfect record intact. If the Wildcats win the tournament, they'll be the first undefeated champion in 39 years. Kentucky will take on Wisconsin Saturday after the Michigan State Spartans take on the Duke Blue Devils. Winners of each game will advance to the national championship game on Monday night at 8. This is the first time since 2008 and just the second time since the late 1990s that there are 3 number 1 seeds heading into the Final Four. Despite an impressive triple-double from Russell Westbrook, 32 points from Anthony Morrow, and a career-high 30 points from Eris Kanter, the Oklahoma City Thunder lost to the Dallas Mavericks on Tuesday night, 135-131. The Mavericks held 132-129 and had the ball in the final minute, but they turned it over. Westbrook made 2 free throws to cut Dallas's lead to a point, but Chandler Parsons hit a turnaround in the lane with 13 seconds left to push the Mavericks' lead back to 3. Dallas shot 61.5% from the field, the highest Oklahoma City has allowed this season. The Mavericks made an impressive 52 of 76 shots from the three-point line. With this win, Dallas is now 4 games ahead of the Thunder in the race for the number 7 spot in the Western Conference standings with 7 games remaining. The top 8 teams make the playoffs. Evangel men's golf finished in 7th place out of 11 teams at their spring invitational on Tuesday at the Rivercut Golf Club in Springfield. The Crusaders shot a team score of 50 over par and finished 52 shots behind the tournament winner, Lindenwood Belleville. Dylan Bickemeyer finished tied for 17th, shooting 16 over par, and was Evangel's top finisher. Crusader softball turned to league to play Tuesday against Avila. The team lost both games, unfortunately, losing Game 1 3-1 and Game 2 10-3. This brings the Crusaders to 9-8 in the season and 2-2 in the HAC. Evangel was scheduled to host Mid-American Nazarene, but the game was delayed due to weather. Evangel Soccer will host evaluation days for current students to showcase their skills. Women's Evaluation Day will be Tuesday, April 7th from 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Lake Country Soccer Complex. The men's evaluation will be held the following day at the same location. Newly appointed Director of Soccer Operations Bruce Deaton will conduct both sessions. Back to you, Savannah.
Coming up, nutrition and diabetes in your Health Minute.
And Google has created a different device to mobilize computers. We'll be right back.
Welcome home, man.
Here we go. We're gonna make some juice.
It's gonna
be
good.
She's excited. A little bit of kale.
Please don't put this on line. I'm putting it all over the line.
It's wet. It needs something. No, it'll go.
Don't break my juicer. Looks good.
You ready to try it?
Come on, baby.
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
It's okay.
Okay, all right.
They might surprise you.
Hey, she took another sip. You saw it?
Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. Let's catch them before it's too late. To start helping students in your community, visit boostup.org.
Welcome back to Newswatch. Almost 1 in 10 Americans has a form of diabetes. And whether it's type 1 or type 2 diabetes, there's one thing all these people can do to help manage that disease, and that's to eat a healthy diet. There are some superfoods for those who have diabetes. The American Diabetes Association recently compiled a list, and it includes beans, dark green leafy vegetables, citrus fruits, tomatoes, fish and high in omega-3 fatty acids, whole grains, nuts, and fat-free milk and yogurt. On the flip side, there are some red flagged foods that you'll want to steer clear of if you have diabetes. Carbs that are processed, such as white bread, white rice, white potatoes, and sugared beverages. Also, because people with diabetes have an increased risk of blood vessel disease, it is important to be cautious of saturated fats and trans fats.
Move over to laptops and tablets and say goodbye to those clunky desktop hard drives because Google is using a different device to now mobilize its computers called Chromebit. Google says with this new Chromebit, you can hold your computer in the palm of your hand. According to the media giant, the Chromebit will be available to connect to any monitor or TV by just plugging the device into an HDMI port. It can even connect to other devices using Bluetooth. The Chromebit will have 2 gigabytes of RAM and 16 gigabytes of storage. Google has not given the exact price for the device, but says it'll cost less than $100. And now to Brian for a look at the 6-day forecast. Brian?
Once again, a quick reminder of the current conditions and the 6-day forecast. It will be very fair today. We do have a chance of a thunderstorm later today. And then as the week continues, we will see mostly thunderstorms throughout the week. Although on Saturday, it will be sunny, partly sunny with 60 degrees on that day. So we can consider that a blessing on Saturday. And then for Easter, on Easter weekend, on Sunday, make sure that you do prepare for some rain because there is a slight chance of it. And on Monday and Tuesday, especially Tuesday, make sure you get out and vote at the elections.
That's right, April 7th.
April 7th. Make sure that you get educated on the issues and then make sure you exercise your right to vote.
Yes, sir. All right, well, that's it for us here on Newswatch today. I'm Savannah Steffen.
And I'm Michael Gibson.
And I'm Brian Ebrecht. We'll see you next week. Have a happy Easter.